I moved to Germany back in 2015, and since then I visited pretty much every major city in this country. So which ones are the best ones out there? Well, here's my top 10 list of the best cities to see in Germany. Let's begin, of course, with the capital, Berlin. This is by far the best city to visit here, not only because of its very well-known history, but also its landmarks and environment. Places like the Brandenburg Gate, the Reichstag, the TV Tower, Museum Island, and of course the Berlin Wall, just to name a few, are amongst the best locations to explore. Visiting the city is a must thing to do, and if you want to find out more about it, I already made a video from it that you can check out on the card section or go to my playlist of Germany in this channel. The second biggest city in Germany, I found it to be also the second best city to visit after Berlin. Hamburg has such an amazing combination of a port city with great architecture and beautiful areas to discover. The relaxing atmosphere you get around the harbor, exploring the city's canals on a cruise tour, spending some time walking around the Alster Lake, exploring the UNESCO Speicherstadt area, admiring the spectacular design of the Elbphilharmonie, crossing the Elbe River with the underwater tunnel to admire the city from the other side. It's just an amazing city to visit and the reason why it belongs to this list. Next up is Dresden, which is one of the most beautiful cities in terms of the architecture. And saying this is even more impressive if you already know that this was one of the most destroyed cities after World War II. However, they rebuilt it in a way that they restore many of the unique, beautiful buildings the city had, which makes it a great place to visit. Some of the most beautiful places to see around here include the Frauenkirche, the Zwinger, the castle, the theater square, and the palace gardens. The city center is like an open-air museum to walk around and discover its many beautiful landmarks all over the place. Of course, Munich is one that has to be on the list. It is the biggest city in the state of Bavaria and the most beautiful one to visit. Starting with the impressive landmarks around the Marienplatz, where the new and old town halls are located. Also, there are some impressive churches, old palaces, museums, and city gates. For me, one of my favorite attractions there is on the English Garden, where the Eisbach-Welle or wave is located. This is where you can find some serious skills. This is also the home of the world famous Oktoberfest, so it is the place to be during this time of the year. The charming city of Bremen is filled with very impressive architecture. UNESCO listed places like the Roland statue and the town musicians of Bremen, alongside the Schnorr district and the Old Town Hall, are just some of the nice places you can see around here. Walking alongside the Weser River, in the area called the Schlachte, you can find some very nice restaurants. Also, you can walk by the famous Butcher Street that has some great artistic elements. Finally, you cannot miss the huge St. Peter's Cathedral located right there on the town square. The city of Nuremberg was one that caught me by surprise. It has a remarkable medieval old city center architecture with half-timber houses and also the imperial castle, and this is just a small part of the beauty of the city. has some beautiful churches as well, especially the Frauenkirche on the Old Town Square, where you can find some interesting landmarks and traditions as well. And just half an hour away from here, you can also find another beautiful small city called Bamberg, which has one of the most impressive town halls I've seen in Germany. So don't miss checking this place out. Cologne is another city to visit, just because over there sits Germany's most visited landmark, the Cologne Cathedral. At 157 meters tall, it is the third tallest cathedral in the world, the tallest twin-tower cathedral in Europe, and the second tallest church in Europe after the Cathedral, also located in Germany. Besides visiting this landmark, you can also walk along the area to enjoy the city's atmosphere and architecture. And you can cross the Rhine River on the Locks Bridge and have a nice view of the city from the other side. The city of Trier is a very special one because it's the oldest city in Germany. It dates all the way back to Roman times, and this is why it's the only German city with a Roman city gate called the Porta Nigra. Also, it has very well preserved ruins of imperial baths, and also there are other nice landmarks like the Trier Cathedral. The old city center is quite beautiful with very well preserved colorful architecture, and to put the cherry on top, it has the Mosel River crossing next to it, which makes it even more attractive to visit, as this area alongside this river is quite beautiful with castles and vineyards along its span. Lübeck was one city we fell in love almost immediately. The old town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site known for its well-preserved Gothic brick style architecture, which makes it quite unique. The Holsten Tor, a gate that was once part of the city's defensive walls, is an iconic symbol of the city. One of my favorite things to do here is that you can ride around the perimeter of the city on a rented boat, which I found it to be a great experience to have. Last but not least is the city of Heidelberg. This city has a very scenic landscape with the river Neckar crossing by, the Old Town Bridge, the antique city gates, and in the background, lying on the mountain, the ruins of the Heidelberg Castle. The old city center is a nice place to walk around. You can visit the Heidelberg Cathedral, and then also climb all the way up to the castle's gardens to enjoy the amazing view of the city from there. Then you can also explore a bit of the castle grounds and discover the great view of the city from the castle's balcony. Definitely a place to have on your list when you visit Germany. So there you have it. These are the 10 cities I have enjoyed the most visiting here in Germany. However, there are so many beautiful and interesting cities around here that just making a top 10 list is not enough. So here are some additional ones I can also recommend you to visit if you have the time or happen to be close by one of them. The list could go on for a while, so let's cut it out to here. If you guys are interested on a second video, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys until next time. Pura vida.